it's big enough that you guys can see the wordings. Hello from the YouTube channel if you guys are watching. If you guys didn't know, but the balance patch, the thing that everybody's probably hyped about, there's probably almost no way that you haven't heard about this unless you live under a rock and your name's Patrick. Let's get right into it. Yeah, I heard some very exciting things about these. I quickly glanced through these while I was out today, but I'm gonna go through it line by line here and give you guys some thoughts on this upcoming balance patch. First unit here, Archangel Light, Artemil getting a nerf. Yes, so increase your attack bar by 15% is changed now to 10%. Yeah, this is gonna greatly reduce the turn cycling for the Archangel. I mean, I think it's a decent nerf considering how many times this attack bar gain gets procced throughout, you know, the Archangel's turn. It's gonna be nice because every single time that it procs, that's 5% less attack bar than usual. So I think this is a nice change. I mean, obviously these changes we see here are gonna be implemented, and it's gonna also affect that Archangel TOA boss or TOA hard boss as well, in terms of the amount of attack bar it gains, right? Thompson's gonna be pissed. Oh my god, yes, dude, we have been talking about Artemil all the time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're gonna have a podcast this week, and of course Thompson's gonna be on it. So if you guys haven't tuned into the podcast yet, you might want to tune in. It's gonna be Tuesday, 2 p.m. PST as usual. Stay tuned to see Thompson's reaction on this. We've been making jokes about it, and finally it's getting a nerf. All right, second portion is increase your defense by 20% each, stacks up to 5 times, is now only 10%. So although I don't think this is, I think this overall is a nice, reasonable nerf for the Archangel. In terms of implementations for PvE like TOA and TOA hard, I don't think it made the Artemil stage that much easier. It will, because I don't know how much, okay, so attack bar is definitely going to be a factor that will help you guys out, right? Makes it a little bit easier. But in terms of the defense, I mean, let's be real, man. Artemil already hits pretty damn hard. And Artemil, every unit and their mother's frog's friends frish inside TOA hard has like ridiculous amount of stacks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this will definitely benefit more for PvP content because it does stack up to 10 times. It takes a little bit longer to stack up, which will give you potentially some wiggle room to, you know, deal with Artemil. It's a nice nerf. This is a nice nerf to Artemil. I'm curious to see what the if it's gonna make Artemil obsolete. I really don't think so. Artemil still will do his job fairly well in my opinion. Let's see here. Moving on to the Heart Magician here. This is the Vivichel, aka Visachel. Effect added. Puts yourself to sleep for, oh, this is a big nerf. Put yourself to sleep for 1 turn after the skill. Can't be resisted and ignores immunity. Wow. Okay. That actually pulls the viability of Vivichel down quite a bit in my opinion. Because one of the most impactful things that you could do with Vivichel back in the day, before this balance hits, or still right now I guess, was you can use the third skill to swap the attack bar and HP of your opponent. Right, so the unit will now be at 1 HP, but will be at 100% attack bar. And what would happen usually is people would do that and pray to God that they would violent. And if they violent, it's an instant kill no matter what. 100% kill no matter what. You're gonna change their attack bar to 100%, meaning they're gonna move next. But if you violent, they don't move next, and they're at like 1 HP. You're gonna skill 1 kill them. That's a big setup that has been taken away, as well as the fact that even if you ruin your Vivichel on immunity, you will still not be able to resist the sleep. So that's quite interesting. Now I think Vivichel is still going to be a solid support, right? And it's still going to set up, you know, to get an advantage. I think Vivichel is still going to be a strong LD Nat 5, but this really stops the violent cuck, I guess you can say, right? 100% Vivichel plus Josephine new combo, ignores immunity. Oh! You guys are thinking outside the box now. You guys are so smart. People are, okay, chat. You guys, can I get some island easy in chat, please? Yeah, chat number 1, baby. Yeah, because if you run a Vivichel and a Josephine, when you sleep yourself, that innately procs your own passive from Josephine to give herself an additional turn and shield. So you shield your whole team, you get additional turn, Josephine cuts, kills the unit. Wow, Josephine Vivichel's new combo, baby. I like that. The thing is that I don't think that's too broken to a certain extent because it's a 2-unit setup. You know what I mean? You're using 2 units that are very strong to, you know, enable this interaction, which I think is great. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. Moving on here. Here is the big nerf that a lot of players have been waiting for. Fairy Queen. It's so big of a nerf that it's right after the LD Nat 5s. Let's take a look into this. I think the first line is before awakening, the second line is after awakening. We're just gonna read the awakening line because the other one's irrelevant. They just have to put there just just cause. The previous was attack the enemy 3 times with a whirling light, storm of light. Each attack has a 20% chance to weaken the attack bar for 2 turns. Additionally, the third attack will have a 1000% chance, 20% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. Okay, change to attack the enemy 3 times with a whirling storm of light. Each has a 20% chance to weaken attack bar, so that's the same. The change is decrease the attack bar by 10%. So they got rid of the 20% per hit to stun, but they added in a 100% chance to attack bar reduce. Yeah, I believe. Yep, 100% to attack bar reduce each turn before resistance check by 10%. I think that's that was something that has been discussed many times here on the podcast about what could we do to make, you know, Light Fairy Queen Fran not as strong, and it was to take away that that stun. We were speculating on maybe putting, you know, glancing like Ganymede or something like that, but it looks like they went the route of decreasing attack bar by 10% per hit before resistance check, which means you could effectively reduce by 30%, which is actually pretty strong, still pretty viable in my opinion. One of the things that people don't think about for RTA is these attack bar reductions can actually screw your opponent over, and what it is attack bar manipulating. So for example, let's say for your example, your opponent is, everybody on your opponent's team is speed tuned, right? They're speed tuning their units for their defense breakers to move before their damage dealers, before whatever else, right? Their attack buffers moving before their damage dealers, or let's say their Fran or whatever unit that they have there to move for their damage dealers, right? This ability to use skill 1 to decrease the attack bar could effectively manipulate and interfere with your opponent's turn order. So let's say, for example, like they have a Vanessa, right? Now you can use skill 1 in the course of a battle on that Vanessa, and you can change the course of the interaction on their side of the team, where Vanessa will always go after their Perna, which means that they can never set up a defense break into a Perna nuke. You see what I'm saying? So this can be a viable skill 1, and I think there's still going to be functionality for this Fran. So I really like this change, right? So she doesn't just cuck the living daylight out of you from freaking stunning you like crazy, right? Because she is light as well, so there's no elemental disadvantage. So this is quite nice. I think this is much needed. We're gonna really see how Fran is still gonna be used, and to see if, you know, people will still value her or people will stop using her. Right, this is nice. All right, moving on to the next unit. Wow, she was so important that they put her in between Vivichel and Akroma. Akroma, God's Shield passive has been changed. The chance of allies receiving a critical hit is reduced from 15% to 30%. That's quite nice, because this is effectively a passive that will never go away, because you cannot Oblivion Akroma. So this is quite nice. Can you imagine inside your battles, your opponent having a 30% chance to miss crit on you? That's pretty big throughout the course of a whole battle. So this is going to be really good for Akromas, especially on defense in Arena, paired up with that high HP lead, Arena HP lead she has, and potentially for players to maybe bring it in to some tanky bruiser team comps in RTA. Now, I haven't seen a lot of people, you know, using those comps like it was before in the other seasons, but maybe we'll see more of a rise in it this time, you know, with like maybe tanky units like Bulwark, Amelia, right? Those toxic comps. That might make it a lot more difficult. I think that's quite nice. So for the 2019, it's May. It's currently 10 p.m. here. Multiply divisible by 3, square root of pi, Pythagorean theorem. Multiply the square root of x, find solve for z. For the 107 people in the entire world that have Akroma, congratulations on the buff. Hell Lady Light, yeah, Asima. Effect added. Increase your attack bar by 10% per continuous damage granted on the enemy after the attack. Whoa. That's like a premium shatter. What does that skill do exactly, Crumble? That's 100% attack bar. She can do 12 dots in 1 turn. Wow, so you get a 2 dot leeway. Wow. Interesting. I like how they made that mechanic similar to her sister's shatter. I like that a lot. That means we might potentially be seeing some light Hell Lady, you know, CC comps. People underestimate the damage of dots. 5% of your max HP. So let's say that we get like 3 dots on every unit on 4 units, and she gets an additional turn. That's literally 15% HP to all 4 units just in 1 turn. Yeah, every turn they take. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see people potentially pull Asima out a little bit more. Maybe some cleaves with her can be very nice. Yeah, so for the you know, 77 people out there with Asima, congratulations. Nice change. Sea Emperor Water, Maelstrom. Inflict damage proportionate to your attack power has changed to attack power and attack speed. Okay. Previously, people have used this Sea Emperor for TOA and TOA hard. right? Of course, to, you know, slow and reduce attack bar, and people have also used this this Poseidon to potentially, you know, cleave, right? Now, speed tuning to whatever speed team that you're making to, you know, cleave, you might be expecting a little bit more damage out of whatchamacall, Poseidon now. So I'm curious to see how much more damage, yeah, this unit will do on attack power and attack speed. Whenever you get that both of those in there, you do a little bit more damage. So it's gonna be quite nice. Fairy kick. Hashtag buff deafness. Added effect. Weakens the defense for 1 turn if you successfully remove the beneficial effects. How much more do you guys want How much more do you want from Daphnis? G freaking G, man. So now Daphnis has a single target strip, which is a very, very, very meta mechanic in PvP nowadays. Single target, full strip into defense break, guaranteed. See, weakens the end. Oh, I don't know if that goes through. I don't know if that goes through accuracy check. It doesn't say guaranteed. Weakens the defense for 1 turn if you successfully. No, that goes through accuracy check. So when you strip, it will attempt to apply defense break before resistance check. Oh god, that means I'm gonna need some accuracy on my Daphnis now. God damn, I don't think it's irresistible from what it sounds like. So after you strip, defense break for 1 turn into 30% reduction of the enemy's HP into the damage. Now that brings a lot of things up for me. Yeah, in my mind, does that mean you can set up a nuke with Daphnis now? Solo nuke setup, assuming, you know, you don't need the attack buff, or even if you get the attack buff, let's say from a friend. Does that set your team up for a solo nuke, right? Let's say there's a unit on the opponent's side. Let's say there's an Ethna, right? Now I can strip the wheel or the shield or whatever that he has. Maybe his Wusa goes first, or maybe he just has will shield, or maybe he just has a will rune. I can strip, defense break, and nuke with Daphnis, because 30% disappears. Now it has defense break, and my Daphnis has enough damage to just kill the Ethna in 1 turn. Yeah, that's gonna be quite interesting. Yeah, or B. Option B, which I think is what I might tend to build, or maybe higher level RTA players might do it as well, I don't know. You make a bruiser utility Daphnis, where Daphnis is used for the utility of single target stripping, 30% damage, right? No elemental disadvantage guaranteed, and defense break setup, right? Because it's very single target meta currently in RTA. It's always kind of been. So that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I think this is finally the last bit I think they can really add to Daphnis. I'll be very surprised if they add anything else. Yeah, I know the meme of Daphnis will probably still be there for the eternity, but I'm very excited to see this setup, and I mean, it could be fun. We definitely will test this out in Guild Wars, Guild Siege, and RTA for sure. All right, let's keep going on here. Desert, man, this patch note is hitting everything, man. Yeah, Sekhmet. Yeah, Charming Voice, 3rd skill, added effect. If the skill does not set the enemy skill on max cooldown, the cooldown of Charming Reset will not reset. So what does this mean? Yeah, exactly what it says. If you don't reset, right? If it doesn't reset, now it does strip as well, right? If it doesn't reset, you can strip, and if you don't reset, it will not go on cooldown, which is really, really nice. So people are definitely going to be building Violent Sekhmets. Is this going to be a unit that we are going to see in RTA as that single target strip and that unit that resets? Maybe. I'm actually curious about one more thing about her. Let me just pull Sekhmet up onto my into the background here. Yeah, I'm curious. I thought that everything she strips reduces her cooldown. Let me double check here. Attacks an enemy stealing all beneficial effects. So you steal them, right? You strip and you steal it. And set all the enemy's skills on max cooldown, decreasing the cooldown time of Charming Voice by the number of beneficial effects stolen. So my thought process on this Sekhmet is, right? She's pretty strong now, in my opinion. She's stronger, in my opinion now. Either A, you strip and you reset, right? And then after that, your cooldown is the cooldown of Charming Voice is reduced by the amount of beneficial effects you stripped, right? And you stole. Or B, yeah, you strip and you don't reset, and it doesn't go on cooldown. So no matter which way you go, right? No matter which way you go, you will get either a non-reset on the Charming Voice because you missed the reset, or you will get a cooldown reduction on Charming Voice if you stole any buffs, right? The only exception is if you use it on a unit that doesn't have any buffs, and then you reset it, right? Okay, now you're not gonna get any cooldown reductions because you didn't steal anything, right? So that's quite nice. Yeah, that's quite nice. I want to see her with some more. I want to see some more action from her in RTA. Yeah, and maybe even Guild Wars and whatnot. right? So you don't feel as bad in Guild Wars, right? You miss a strip, next turn rotation in your Guild Wars, you can try again, right? That's quite nice. Wind Monkey King. This is a unit that has been put on the back burner since like season 1 and 2. Yeah, this unit was actually used in RTA before. Quite a bit, in my opinion, in season 1 and 2. We saw more action from it season 1, 2, 3, but definitely was put in the back burner. So, Xingzhe here decreases incoming damage, so it already takes damage reduction, right? But now it's going to go from 25% damage reduction to 35%. It's going to give them the unit a little bit more survivability. It's a nice touch. Counter attacks with a 35% chance instead of 25% chance when any ally is attacked, right? So this was a unit that people potentially were thinking of building and using to counteract Diana, right? The assumption was Diana would transform forms, Diana would hit one of your units, right? Maybe even the Wind Monkey King, and if it hit any of your allies, the Monkey King would revenge, right? And it would revenge and stun it in human form. Now with this, is this gonna be something that potentially counteracts Diana? Yeah, is this potentially a unit that has enough survivability, sustainability with the defense break from skill 2 and, you know, the turn rotation because you gain 50% attack bar from turn 2 in order to, you know, make it more viable for RTA usage? I don't know. But in terms of Guild Wars and Guild Siege, I'm definitely going to pull mine back out. I think I'm definitely going to consider to bring the Wind Monkey King back out for Guild Wars and Guild Siege, for sure. But RTA, we're going to have to kind of figure it out. All right, next unit here, Paladin Wind. Divine Wind, effect added. Grants immunity on the allies who have full HP for 2 turns. Change HP recovery amount and shield HP proportion to 25 to 20%. Okay, so a lot of people, I heard already some people talk about this, and they were kind of saying it's like Wusa's wife. I think we might correlate Wusa with Luis now. Yeah, they are now a couple, I guess you could say, right? Because if you Luis turn 1, obviously you're full HP, everybody's gonna get 2 turn immunity, right? What is the base speed of Luis? 102 base speed. Okay, so not the craziest. definitely not that high. But this is gonna give some viability for players that do use the Whis. I think this just makes her stronger overall. I'm not sure if this is gonna entail any RTA gameplay, but this is literally just gonna make her way more annoying in Guild Wars. If you guys don't know, Luis is, you know, really not seen as an amazing unit. I do feel like she is great in Guild Wars offensively and defensively, but she is so damn boring. That's it. That's my full thoughts on Luis right there. Yeah, so damn boring. But this is going to make her a lot more viable. So, see if this is going to actually fall into play and get any action in RTA moving forward. Last topic I want to talk about here for Luis is that in the last couple of podcasts, we have kind of discussed that there was a little bit of a lack of immunity units for Wind. Yeah, in specific, we were only thinking about maybe like Delphoy or Triana, but no really Nat 5s in that category that really stand out as immunity units, unless I'm forgetting any here. So this might be the first of its kind. Is this the first, chat? I can't think of it at the top of my head, but there's too many. But yeah, not Nat 5s is what I'm thinking. Yeah, so this is the first of its kind. Very nice. Cobalt Bomber Dark. Yeah, Magic Exterminator. Okay, Cobalt Bomber Dark. This was an HOH that was given out, and they're changing the 3rd skill here. It goes from attacks all enemies with a bomb that blocks all magic powers, denying the uses of all skills with cooldowns for 2 turns. Yeah, passive skills excluded. So it would not allow them. It would silence them. Is that what it means? Is that a silence or what? It's a silence. Okay. What is this, like old school wording, man? Okay, silence. It's a 2-turn silence. Now it's gonna be remove 1 beneficial effect on all enemies. So I really hope this is what we expect. It's going to be a strip into silence. Yeah, please, for the love of God, don't tell me it silences into strip, right? That'd be ridiculous ordering of the skills. But if it does that, it might be your new potential stripper. I don't know, right? Especially if you're going up, hopefully if you're not going up against, you know, Shield Will. If you're just going up against Will, you could use it, I guess. It's 99 base speed, which sucks though, but I don't know, maybe a fun toy in Guild Wars to strip silence. Yeah, because if you strip silence your opponent in Guild Wars, that's pretty powerful, right? You control the battle a lot more. Yeah, so it becomes a lot nicer. So yeah, this is gonna be quite nice. It's gonna be quite nice. Puree Water added effect. The damage increases by 50% for each beneficial effect on the enemies. Wait, what? So if you guys don't know, the 3rd skill of the Water Puree already does multi hits, right? And does 6 when the attack is used when full HP. Right, so now it's going to do increased damage. How much increased damage? I'm not quite sure exactly, right? It says increased by 50%. Yeah, so is that going to be enough to, you know, make Julia super viable? She's always been a viable unit option for AoE, like arena cleaving and cleaving teams. But this is going to be great, right? Because the beneficial effect, wait, this is not harmful effect. This is beneficial. What? So you do more damage when they have attack buff, or, oh, not harmful effect. Is that kind of weird. That's a really strange mechanic. Because if they have will is probably the most common beneficial effect that you'll see on your opponent, then you'll do 50% increased damage. So they try to compete with Lucian's a little bit and try to make her do a little bit more damage. I want to see how much damage she does if her opponents are on will. So you can kind of treat it like a water Lucian, but doesn't ignore defense though, just does increased damage. I don't know. Moving on here. Cowgirl's Crossfire, increased damage by 7%. Game changing. Cowgirl Fire. Attack the enemy with explosive bullet and stuns the target 50% chance. Afterwards attacks all enemies and stuns them with 50% chance. Okay. I think they're trying to make the Cowgirls viable now, right? Because they release transmogs. No, I'm just kidding. They want to make the Cowgirls a little bit more viable because you can farm Guild War pieces and summon them in the Guild War shop. So they're trying to make it as a viable unit for people to potentially get and use in PvP, right? So now we're getting some kind of CC control Fire Cowgirl here, right? Which is nice. Wind and Light Cowgirl, beneficial effect remove chance from 50 to 60%. Okay, nice bonus. Yeah, especially for the light one. People use it in Necro, that's why. Cowgirl Light Chaser passive. Decrease attack bar by 10% to 20%. Okay. Yeah, potentially unit for like a lot of PvE content then. Yeah, TOA maybe as well. I don't know. Okay, interesting. Defense weakening effect activation chance from 50 to 75. Does that go up to 100 with skill ups? Yeah, this is nice. Cowgirls Fire, Water, Dark. Defeat Wild Dog. Critical hit activation 30% chance. Change to remove beneficial effect with 50% chance. Wow. They are very, very much more PvP correlated, as well as can be used in PvE as well. Okay. I don't know if they use it in RTA, man. Usually it's really hard to use 3-star units in RTA because of the base stats being so low. Anyways, Dark Cowgirl activation changes from, you know, crit hit activation 30% change to increase your crit damage by 50% when you land a critical hit. Okay. So this is a nice quality of life changes for Cowgirl. It's going to make them more OP. Yeah, maybe some players out there that want to build new toys will farm up the points, get those Cowgirls, and potentially use them. Very interesting, right? I like it. All right, moving on here. The awakening effects of some monsters will be changed. Okay, I did hear about this. Yeah, for Tian Lang, right? Light Panda Warrior of Awakening effect has been changed. He has now lost his 25% accuracy increase, and it's been changed to a strengthening. So smart, dude. Yeah, the strengthening of Dragon's Dance, because people were really complaining about, you know, Molong getting the nerf, which was, you know, rightfully so, and I think is fine, but Tian Lang taking repercussion from it as well, right? So now they're giving a strengthened Dragon Dance skill, which is to attack all enemies 3 times to inflict damage that increases according to your max HP, which is, you know, a nice bonus. The first attack removes 2 beneficial effects. The second attack decreases attack bar by 15%, and the third attack stuns with a 25% chance. Currently, what it is now is it attacks all enemies to inflict damage that increases according to your max HP. The third attack removes beneficial effects and stuns. So basically, the first 2 really don't do anything. But now each and every attack will have sort of an effect, right? And from what I'm seeing from the awakening, the skill ups for Tian Lang as well, he gains 5% harmful effect and 10% for a total of 15. So that means I think that it's going to increase these chances. It's going to increase these the stun chance by 15% more. Yeah. So what does this mean? From what I'm getting, the first attack will remove the beneficial effects with a 100% chance. Unless they word it differently, I don't know. Yeah. Is it supposed to be like that or no? Because what it looks like is it says the first attack removes 2 beneficial effects. Is it all 25% chance or not? That's my question. You see with the wording. It says 25% chance at the end. So 40% chance at the end? Yes or no? Yeah, or is it only the stun that gets affected by this skill? 25% chance each? Okay, so I think that's the best assumption there. 25% chance each, but we assume skill up. So let's go ahead and say 40% chance, unless they change that, right? So 40% chance to strip 2 beneficial effects on the first hit. 40% chance to decrease attack bar by 15% on the second hit. And a 40% chance finally to stun with a 25% chance. I mean, a 40% chance. So I think this is going to bring more viability to Tian Lang. We have discussed Tian Lang many, many times in the past, as well as in the podcast. And the general consensus is that Tian Lang is still a very, very strong unit. Yeah, typically, it's picked in RTA as, you know, usually one of your last picks. And before the nerf, maybe it was picked a little bit earlier on, maybe first and second pick, depending on who you're up against and what you're matched up with. But I think it's a good counter pick to a lot of, you know, attack bar, gaining and manipulating team comps, right? Diana, you know, Egger, Verd especially, right? It's very good to pick against those. And even if this second skill never changed, Tianlang is still very good to pick against those type of team comps, against those type of units. So this makes it a little bit more viable. So I'm curious to see, and hopefully the Tianlang users are a little bit more happy again about this change. Yeah, it'd be quite nice. The Korean wording is weirding this time. Yeah, some of the wording is kind of weird, so keep in mind, guys, some of the things we speculate is from just what we read, right? The actual gameplay is another story, right? Another change here going into the Sea Emperor is going to be losing its Accuracy Awakening as well, and it's going to gain 15 attack speed. That is pog. 15 freaking attack speed, man. That makes Triton from a 101 speed to a 116 base speed unit. Ain't nothing gonna move faster than your Triton relative to your own rank and speed. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. What will move before Triton? The only thing is maybe a Kabila that will buff faster than a Triton, right? Or even if a Wusa moves, you don't care because you're gonna strip it, right? Yeah, what is Wusa's base speed? Wusa is insanely fast. Wusa is 118. Triton is only 2 speed away. Yeah, literally right at the butthole. Yeah, Wusa right there. But you don't even care. Triton is definitely gonna be a stripper that people are gonna potentially test out. The thing I'm worried about is it still goes to resistance check, so you can still miss the strip. But Triton is literally known as the reverse Bernard. That's the basic saying from what I've heard, or maybe that's the saying I've used a lot. He's a reverse attack bar booster. Not only does he strip, he reduces the attack bar of your opponent, which effectively gives your units, yeah, the opportunity to be faster than them and move before them. So this is going to be quite interesting to see some of the top players use this unit in RTA. You can't stop it. You got will runes, you got shield runes. He strips everything and attack bar reduces. Yeah, and if you were saying before, oh, some people try to pull Triton out, but haha, I outsped them and I, you know, boosted up before. You might not be able to do the same now with a 116 base speed Triton, my friend. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about turn manipulating and the impactful advantages of being able to manipulate your opponent's attack bar. You're probably not going to be able to. You might be able to strip everybody, right? You might not. You might be able to attack bar reduce some of them, but you also might not, which will totally mess up their turn order. Yeah, and screw them over. So Triton's gonna be interesting. It could also be really fast to spare, but I do see a lot of people going swift with this, especially with the 116 base speed. That is such a great counter to, you know what, Martina comps. What is one thing that they all run? Sometimes they run shield will, sometimes they run will, and people ruining up their Tiana super fast. Relative to our own rank, you should not outspeed me with your Tiana. Yeah, one of the ways people are counteracting those twins is with, you know, of course, Josephine, of course, just picking the Tiana, and now potentially having Triton in the back pocket will be pretty good as well. Yeah, to maybe counter twins. Who knows? Yeah, might not be too bad. All right, let's continue on here. Leader skills of some units have been changed. Paladin, Water, and Light. Leader skill modification. The accuracy of ally monsters increased by 55% in guild content to increase accuracy of all allies by 40. Oh, I didn't read this. Oh my god, dude. Okay, so instead of a guild-related leader skill, it is now a reduced amount for accuracy and resistance relative to each one, and it is a global leader skill. What? It's a global leader skill. Wait, what about the other paladins? Do the other paladins have leader skills? Yeah, so Luis is the same then. So not the others then. Ah, so Josephine gets accuracy lead, which I you know, people already picked Josephine. They will be using that. Brings a little bit of viability back for Jean, right? It's hard to see Jean back in the meta. We're gonna see how some of these units that we went through in the balance patch really shake up the meta in RTA. But if, you know, Verd and turn cycling in there and turn gauge increase, you know, is still in there, Jean might not be the best unit for RTA still. But this will definitely bring a slight amount of viability, having resistance lead option, right? Very interesting. Stats of some monsters have been changed. Oh, Sea Emperor Water is HP to attack type. So not only did they change the skill of the Sea Emperor's Maelstrom from being just attack power to attack power and attack speed, your cleave teams to do more damage, right? They changed the whole unit from an HP type to an attack type. Finally. Can we change all the rest of the units out there that are also the wrong problem like that as well? And the last of these are resolving some monster skills. Okay, nothing too crazy in there. Hey, you guys can read the rest of that.
Hey guys, it's Siri here. I just want to quickly go over a change that Brian missed. As you can see on the screen right now, it's involving the R5 boss. I'm not exactly sure what it does, but I've been told that it'll strip the invincibility from your Katarina when the R5 boss moves after your Balaga, and before your Katarina. This may make KB5 more inconsistent. We don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not too sure either, but it's just something worth pointing out. And yeah, shout out if you're still here listening to me.
Overall, all in all, I gotta say, this is a pretty big balance patch. This is really going to shake up RTA gameplay for a little while, right? Because maybe turns out we do RTA and everything's the same. Yeah, maybe the units that are deemed good are maybe not that good. Maybe the units that are, you know, nerf are really not that nerf, right? We're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm very, very excited to see what this entails for Guild War gameplay, bringing viability back to a lot of units on players' accounts, as well as RTA action, man. This is a lot. We actually went through some in-depth stuff here, and in-depth, detailed thought process for a lot of these units, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. Yeah, I'm very excited to talk about these on the podcast coming up. All right, there's one more thing that we wanted to do, and that was to check up some kind of teaser that was released. So let's go ahead and take a look at this, boys and girls. Let's see what it entails. All right, let's go. Wait, is this Summoner's War? Yeah, yo. Oh, this is Summoner's War. Oh! Yo, what the hell is that? Oh, we actually get to see him now. Is this a boss? Dude, what the heck is this? New monster? Kind of looks like a Verd and, what is this? New monster? Wait, it must be a new monster because he got the scroll, right? Oh, he touched the scroll. Oh my god. This only can mean one thing. That's an unknown scroll. We get to summon a new unit through unknown. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making fun of the way that scroll looks. That is a terrible prop, by the way. And I don't want to really critique the video, but whoever made the damn video, you know, you could have definitely made a better scroll looking than that. Okay, I do see the dark symbol, or is that a dark symbol on the scroll? Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is. That's a dark symbol, right? LD Trans. I don't know. LD Legendary, LD Trans, LD Scroll. I don't know, man. Yeah, but. Yeah, is it? Yeah, could be an actually, that's not even light and dark symbol, is it? What symbol is that? New element? I don't know. Maybe just a BS symbol, right? Because obviously, right, if they made the mistake of making a scroll look kind of funky like that, maybe they make a mistake on the element, you know, functionality. I don't know. Yeah, it could just be a mishap. I would like to assume light dark. You know, it's kind of dark at night, right? It kind of reminds me. I don't know. Oh yeah, see, he picks up the scroll and it summons it. Yeah. Question is, this is a summoning circle, or is this a fusion? Because this fusion, then maybe we're going to be able to build this monster and fuse it, meaning everybody can get it. If this is a summoning pad, and we have to summon it, what is there to talk about? What is there to talk about? I mean, I'm the positive, ambitious type, but yeah, probably none of us gonna see one of these. Okay, if we're summoning one of these, boys and girls, I'll tell you that. Maybe dual element? Ah, light but dark but light. Oh, okay, doesn't make any sense. Come to us. I see what you're doing there. But it said it was some kind of evil creature. Look, there's a blood moon as well. Yeah, I knew it was Twilight collab. Yeah, it makes sense because it was talking about poems about saving allies. Yeah. Hey, that's actually true. If it was a new unit that had a new element, and it was just this unit that had an element light and dark, there's no problem with them adding that, right? Because light and dark already are elemental advantage against each other and not disadvantage against, you know, anything. Okay, that's possible. Yeah, kind of cool. Kind of cool. Very, very nice. Yeah, some exciting stuff coming up, boys and girls. Yeah, some damn exciting stuff coming up, I swear. So if you guys are watching from the YouTube channel, hopefully you guys enjoyed this in-depth review of the balance patch notes as well as that teaser video. I'm very, very excited about this upcoming balance patch. Everybody here on Twitch, go ahead and say bye-bye to your future self, or say bye-bye to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Yeah, what are you interested in? These are the kind of videos I'm very interested to read the comments, because this is where we have discussions, talks, right, about some of these new balance changes and what you're excited about or what you're disappointed about. Let's get some conversations going on in the comment section below. All right. But I'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Yeah, see you later, YouTube.